Hey guys, so today I'm doing probably one of the most requested videos ever. I'm showing you my heavy glam routine, which consists of concealer, foundation, contour, highlight, even the brows. So I'm going to show you how I say heavy glam because this is what I usually do on clients when they go like on red carpets, music videos, things of that nature, and it is what I do for my YouTube video. So it's a lot of time, a lot of product. There's not necessarily like a lot of product onto the skin because it's basically one layer of everything, but it's just a lot of like time to put it on. So anyways, enough rambling. If you want to learn how to do it, well, keep on watching. So lately what I've been using for foundation as far as like YouTube videos, I've been using the MAC Mineralized Moisture Foundation, and I've been using the NC35 and NW35. I've been applying false fake tan all summer, so I kind of mix those two depending on, I'll use more NW or NC depending on if I'm like tan or not. But these, obviously there's a big difference. This is definitely more pink toned and this one is definitely more yellow toned. So I kind of mix the two, but I'm going in with my beauty blender. I've been using the beauty blender for way over 2 years and I've never found something better than the actual like egg. But yeah, so I do use that. I put it in foundation and then I go on top just pouncing around. Of course it is moist, the beauty blender I'm talking about. So just basically everywhere. It's not really like need to be extremely precise. The only area where I don't necessarily apply foundation is right underneath the eyes because I apply my concealer there and I don't want to have too many like layers of makeup. So next, let's move on to concealing and highlighting, if I could say so. So I could use a lot of products, but what I love to use on myself for YouTube videos and on clients as well is the Pro Longwear Concealer. I always gravitate towards those concealers. Today I'm going to use the NW15 and NW30. I don't have the shades between those two because I think it's just a waste of money. You can just mix your product and just find your own shade. That's what I usually do working on clients and models, and even on myself. I'm not going to spend all that money on shades that, I mean, you could mix and just get the correct color, right? So I basically mixed those two. So next thing, I'll be applying that concealer with, this is a new brush actually from Makeup Forever and I'm in love. Like, Hakahudo, move over because Makeup Forever has taken over. It is the 176, I guess it's a foundation concealer brush. I'm loving it. So I take the concealer and I go right underneath my eyes. So I'm applying right underneath the eyes in a triangular shape, and I'm moving that quite up high like this. So after that you've applied underneath the eye, I'm going in the middle of the forehead, on the chin, and on the bridge of the nose. So after that you've applied your concealer, I'm using my beauty blender to kind of blend just gently underneath the eye, and I'm bringing it almost on the side of the forehead. Well, over here, not too much. So we'll just pounce around. Don't forget the nose. Also, I forgot, from time to time I will accentuate my Cupid's bow, so I just go with my lighter concealer that I just created. So next I'm going to move on to powder. I want to powder underneath my eyes, and I always, once again, gravitate around these products. The Midnight powders, I love them to death. Today I'll be mixing two shades because I have somewhat of a tan. So I'm using a beige suede and I'm going to mix it with fair. So just mix those two. So after that the powder is mixed, I'm going to apply it right underneath the eye with my triangular sponge. You could use any sponge you like, but I like this because it has sharp edges. So what I do is I take my sponge, I apply powder on there, I go right on the outer corner, and I powder underneath my eye. So basically same placement as the concealer, so triangular. I also powder basically everywhere I've applied that lighter highlight slash concealer. So I know I look a little bit crazy right now, but I'm gonna let this cook. Cook means like leaving powder onto your skin so it really penetrates the skin. So I'm gonna do that while I contour. So let's move on to the contour. So what I use for contour is I always use an angled blush brush. I'm going to use the Makeup Forever once again, the 150. It's very similar to the Bdellium tools, but it's so much better. So much better. And the product that I'm using to contour is the Sculpt Shape Powder from MAC. I rebought this many times. Now it is your choice if you want to create dimension, if you want to use like creamy products, liquid products onto your skin. But on myself, I love using powdered products. So that's what I'm going to do. So where I always start with the contour is my hairline. Now I don't have a lot of hair, as you can see. And I also have a pretty big forehead, so I'm going to create some depth in those areas. After, I'm going to define my cheekbones, so still using the same brush, same product, and I'm going right at the beginning of my ear. And I'm just applying the product. After, I like to apply that right underneath the jaw, or for myself, it's called my double and triple chin. I'm just going to create a little bit of shadow that I need. You don't want like a harsh line, because that's just gonna look really silly, but just a little bit of product there. So now it's time to remove the powder. I'm just going to remove the powder from like half up of my face. So I'm just removing powder, half of my face. And after, I'm just removing also the excess powder around the jawline. So now I zoomed you in because I'm going to contour my nose. A lot of people ask me if I have a real nose or not. I do have a real nose, I swear. It's my real nose, but I do want a new nose. But I'm going to show you how I contour it. So to contour my nose, I use the same powder product, so Sculpt from MAC, and I use a Real Techniques, I guess that's a basic fluffy brush. I'm not too sure, but you can use it into your crease as well. So I'm just taking that Sculpt powder. Of course, there's too much. And after, I just basically start on the bridge of the nose. And I move forward underneath the brow. It's important to start little by little. And I go under the tip. I have a big tip here that drops, which I hate. So you want to camouflage that. So I went back into my Sculpt. And you clearly see that that part is contoured. Now let's move on to the other side. Now contour is going to take you a lot of practice, don't get me wrong. It took me like months and months, even years to kind of master, to kind of really understand what contour is for you and what it should look like. After what's left on the brush, excuse me, I'm just going right underneath the lip. And I also go right in between my cupid's bow to create like more depth. After I'm not done with the nose, I create some depth. Now I just want to raise my bridge a little bit, so I'm going back into my loose powder that's very light. I'm going in with a very small brush. So I'm just applying it on the bridge. Make sure to apply it like in a straight line. After, it's eyebrows time. So what I use is I have over here my eyebrow palette that I created myself, and I just lost an eyeshadow. Basically, I use Omega, and I have a little bit of brunette, I believe. First, I brush my eyebrows up. So my go-to tool for the past few months has been the Kelly Baker brow tool. Basically, you have a spoolie on one side, and the other side you have the most amazing angle brush. I adore it. After, I'm using brow gel. Now my highlight brow thing that I do, and a lot of people tend to ask me about, is basically, remember that concealer I've used that was a little bit lighter for a highlight. I'm going to reuse that and just apply it right underneath the brow. And I'm going very, very gently underneath the brow and just underneath the brow. I'm not going around. I don't want that block of whiteness around my brows. This will not only lift up your eye, but it's also going to clean up just a little bit underneath the brow. After I'm taking a clean brush and I'm just going to blend that product out. After, you can apply a little bit of highlight right on the cheekbones over here to kind of elevate that. I like using Whisper of Guilt. It's up to you. But I will also use that highlight right on the bridge of the nose and just patting it on. And don't forget the Cupid's bow. Also, I want to tell you guys that I'll do a series about like foundation and things of that nature. Now, this is what I call my heavy glam. Now, it's not meant for everybody, not every age, not every skin type. It's not the taste for everybody, basically. But I'll show you an everyday makeup routine, just, you know, to camouflage little things here and there that everybody could like do on their own. And I might do as well a foundation routine on more mature skin. Mature. Yeah. And please remember, not everybody is Kim Kardashian. Not everybody wants to look like Kim Kardashian, and we don't have Kim Kardashian's features. So just make sure what you're working with. Make sure you know you are beautiful no matter what. If you want to play with shadows and accentuate some of your natural features, go ahead. But just know that this is just makeup. It's fun. Do whatever you want. Please, please know you are beautiful the way you are. And that's basically it, okay? This is the completed look. Contour highlighted. Foundation put on, everything is put on. I showed you brows even, like a little bonus here and there. So hopefully you enjoyed. Tell me if you want to know a more natural way of doing your face, and I'll gladly do it for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon.